Here's church fit. Do you guys like it? It's like this shirt is like half and half. Can you see that in the mirror? Anyway, it's like half black, half blue. Black and blue. The way your face is gonna look if you mess with me. Anyway, boots. But also, I just got back from church, and I went and grabbed some food from the defect. Looks like they served some spaghetti today. This looks actually very fire. And some broccoli. So, I'm excited for that. Just got sauce on my finger. Ew. If I have one more person that's been, like, sucking on a vape every 5 seconds for the past hour, tell me that pre-workout is dangerous for me and is bad for me, my brother. Do you like my new socks? I just weighed myself and I'm up like 2 more pounds, so slowly but surely gaining my weight back. Okay guys, just finished up at the gym here. I'm about to be making my protein shake. I also just discovered something really epic today. I was looking for like a playlist to listen to while I'm running, because like I always have to like have good music to listen to while I'm running to keep me motivated, because like I kind of like running, but I also kind of hate it. It's hard to explain. But what was I gonna say? Okay, so I was looking for a playlist. I found like army running cadences on Spotify. It was the best thing ever, bro. That is gonna be my new running playlist most likely from now on, because like there's nothing that gets me more motivated than just some good old army cadences while running, you know? Like, it reminds me of when I was in basic training in AIT. Those were low-key good times. Not being in basic training in AIT, but, like, running in the morning, like, together, and we just got some drill sergeant screaming out cadences, screaming his little hearts out to cadences, and we're, like, screaming our little hearts out back to cadences. Gets you so motivated, especially when it's raining outside, you know what I'm saying? Bro, I get so motivated when it's raining outside, when I have to do stuff outside, and it's raining. Only army-related things, anyway. Because, like, I'm like, ain't nobody else doing this right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we were in basic training, I remember one morning, it was right before we left for our first FTX, and I think the first one is the hammer. I think that's what it's called. Either the hammer or the anvil. It's the hammer, I think. Anyway, so that morning, we're all ready to go. It rains, so we haven't even gotten to the place yet, and we're already soaked, and we're not going to be getting showers for, like, the next 4 days or something like that. And we're having our last meal at the defect, before, oh my word, someone's pulling up. I don't want them to see me filming. This is going to be awkward. Hold up a second. Okay, our last meal before we're going to be in the field for, like, days and days and days. Like, it's like 3 days. And before we have to eat MREs for every meal. And it's like raining outside. We're standing in line to go into the defect. Okay, he drove away. Anyway, and then there's just one drill sergeant, bro. Drill Sergeant Conkle. That man, bro. He was not around, man. I swear to you, bro. He was Batman or something. Anyway, he was this infantryman. He's seen a lot of things. You can see it in his eyes, bro, and it made that man scary as I'll get up. Anyway, he was standing beside, like, the door where you're walking by this big puddle. He was kicking water in our faces while we walked into the defect, and I'm like, bro, that didn't even make me mad. That just made me so motivated, because I'm like, ain't nobody else doing this right now. All my friends and family back home, they're literally still in bed. Like, sorry little losers. So, there's like 3 dudes coming out of the gym. So cringe. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna get back at this in just a second, okay? Okay, anyway, so I was like, it always just made me so motivated, bro. Anyway, so especially, like, in the morning when we're doing, like, if we do PT together and if it rains, bruh, I get so motivated, because I'm like, ain't nobody up at this time in the morning working out in the rain, except if you're in the army, and low-key, the only way that I would get motivation to do that in the rain is because of the army. So, thank you to the army for the motivation that you give me every day. Anyway, so that was some really random ramblings, and I don't think it even made sense. I'm sorry, but it's like almost 10:15 at night, and I was just in the gym for about 2 hours, and it was great, actually. But back to the army cadence thing. Actually, I was like, whoa, this is epic, because when I'm running not on a treadmill, I have a hard time keeping a certain pace. Like, if I want to, like, run, like, at a 10-minute pace and do, like, more, like, endurance running, so it's, like, you're running for longer amounts of time, but you're running slower, I can never keep my pace up. Not up. I can keep it up. The issue is that I run way too fast. Like, I'll try to start at a 10-minute pace. Next thing you know, I'm doing, like, a 7-minute pace, bruh. I'm not trying to, like, get good ACFT scores here or anything, like, slow down, girl. But I can't help it, like, it just happens, because I feel like I'm running really slow, and I'm not, I guess. But anyway, so, listening to Army cadences, it's like, it keeps you in step. If you've ever ran to an Army cadence, you would know what I'm talking about. Like, your left foot goes down at a certain time, it's hard to explain. Anyway, got my protein shaked, and I'm gonna head home and take a shower. And then, my favorite part of the day, guys, go to bed. I went to church this morning. I didn't go this evening, but I went to church this morning, and then I ate lunch, I think. Did I? Yes, I did. And that's the only meal I ate today. Oh, no. This is why I'm losing weight, guys, because I didn't necessarily forget to eat, but I just wasn't hungry. Oh, my goodness, I just realized that I made my protein shake with water, and I have milk at home. Anyway, so yeah. And then I just, like, watched a movie after I ate, and then, well, I attempted to watch one, and then I instantly fell asleep. I've been watching Diary of a Wimpy Kid lately, because I actually love those movies, bro. They're hilarious. There's a whole bunch of them, and they're on Disney+. I don't have Disney+, but I use Brianna's account for that, so I'm able to, like, that's a good watch, bro. I like those kind of movies. They're just, like, funny. They're just clean. I like clean movies. I don't like dirty stuff, okay? So we all know that. But I do like scary movies. I'm kind of, like, into, like, the kidnap movies, the human trafficking movies. Those things, like, they're so interesting to me. Because to me, human trafficking is something that's very interesting to me. And I feel like it should be more common, talked about more than it, because it happens all the time, bro. Do you know that human trafficking is the largest crime in America? But, like, human trafficking is a very intriguing, not the human trafficking in general that's intriguing to me, but it's just the fact of how common it is, and that it's, like, something that people don't really talk about that often. People need to be more careful, especially, like, being, like, a single person, a single girl. I remember someone saying, there was this guy that I worked with. Okay, story time. There was this guy that I worked with. Okay. Okay, we're about to be getting into a big story. Okay. There was this guy that I worked with at a place in Pittsburgh. It was the first job that I got when I went to Pittsburgh, okay? So I worked for a, what do you call it? A transport company in Pittsburgh. I worked there part-time. So when I first got to move to Pittsburgh, I worked there full-time because I was making $23 an hour, which, in my opinion, that's good. Because when I worked in Jefferson County EMS, I was only making $14 an hour. But anyway, so I was working there when I first moved to Pittsburgh because I wanted to work there and talk to other people and find out what's a good, like, actual EMS company to work for in Pittsburgh. Because I didn't want to actually work for the actual, like, Pittsburgh EMS, Pittsburgh paramedics, I think that's what they're called. Anyway, because I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to be a paramedic, and also, I don't know why. Anyway, so I started working there. And I had worked there for, like, I think I had lived in Pittsburgh for, like, a month. And after I worked there, I got a job at Northwest EMS where I was actually doing EMS things. It was so cool. I miss working there so much. Anyway, and then I went to working part-time at this transport company because I was still making a lot of money. So I was like, I'm going to keep working there. Anyway, that was when I was just, like, hardcore locked in, bro. I worked a whole entire month without ever taking a day off. And when I say worked, not to brag, but I'm just saying, I wasn't working no 8-hour days. It was like 12-hour days, 16-hour days, sometimes 24-hour days. And even when I would come home, because I would come home every weekend, but I work at Jefferson County EMS, just because, I'm not sure why. I was, locked in making money, because it's like, what else are you supposed to do when you're single and you don't really have anything going for you relationship-wise? Just lock in and make money. Anyway, I'm getting off on money trust. So, this guy that I worked with at this company, he was like, now I forgot why I'm telling you about him. But anyway, maybe it'll come back to me. I'm just going to tell you this story regardless. Oh, I remember now. Okay. So, he was so cool at first when I first met him. He was in his 50s, okay, but this guy's super, like, fit. He was like, he knew his stuff really good. And he was a fun guy to work with, okay? But I guess that he had different intentions than I did. I was just, like, happy to work with a guy that was, like, a cool uncle to me, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, we worked together pretty much every shift. We had a whole lot of fun. He took it as that I was interested in dating him. I was not. He's 53. I was only 18 at the time. I had just turned 18 at the time. Anyway, so there's a little story for you. He asked me out like 4 times, and it started to the point where he was getting very annoying. He never really necessarily got creepy. It was just that I was tired of turning him down. It was like an awkward issue. I don't know. Anyway, I ended up quitting the job, and I told them it was because I was about to join the army, because I was. But I would have quit the job anyway because he was making things rough. But anyway, he told me, we were having a conversation about being single and doing things alone, and that I said it's kind of dangerous for me, because they said, I walk out of Walmart at like 10 o'clock at night, walk through the parking lot, it's dark, there's really not anybody out there, because that was the only time that I could shop at Walmart, because, I worked all the time. So, and I said, I think it's dangerous for me, to be doing this, because it's in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh is kind of dangerous. I didn't really think it was really that bad, honestly, until I started doing EMS and saw what happens at night. It's kind of scary there, but it was good times. I loved it so much, and I want to go back. We'll see what happens after this 4-year contract, Anyway, back to the story. So, because I said, I think it's dangerous for me, because I'm just, single, little girl. I'm like 5'1", guys. I'm like so short. We know that. You guys all know how tall I am, but just to put that in for reference. Anyway, and then he comes off with something like that, because he said something like, it's just as dangerous for him. And then I said, well, you're a guy. Nobody, probably the chances of you getting jumped or worse are a whole lot lower than me. Because like I said, I also run really late at night on the streets of Pittsburgh because I don't have anywhere else to run, and at that time I was working day shift. Thank goodness I switched over to night shift. Oh my goodness, I miss that so much. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So yeah, and because like it's kind of scary to be a single girl sometimes and just going out and doing things late, like at night. Once it gets dark, I'm not saying that I'm thinking about it being scary all the time, but things happen, guys. Especially even at the Walmart there, just in little punks of tiny, bro. There's been so many people reporting being followed around in that Walmart, people taking pictures in that Walmart. It's creepy, guys. If you're not a single girl, you don't understand. It would be probably nice to just walk around and not have to watch your back. If you end up in a situation where people are drunk, have I ended up in that situation before? Yes. That's why I just don't really go to any of the parties or get-togethers that that we have, the medics have together, and I feel bad about it because I would love to hang out, because I love hanging out with them. Obviously, I have my days when I kind of low-key, all of them take me off, but it's just like that. But I do really like hanging out with them. They're all fun. We all have a fun time together. But the thing is that every time that we hang out, they all get drunk, and I don't really have an issue with that if they want to get drunk, but the guys get so touchy, bro, and I don't want to be involved in that. So I just end up on, weekends when they're hanging out and doing stuff, I'm just here by myself because, trying to live that good life, and it's not the easiest thing ever. Because low-key, okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you, just gonna pour some things out right now. It feels very alone to try to be someone that's living a good Christian life in the army. It's a whole lot rougher than you would think it would be, because everybody is so I never meet anybody. It's hard to explain, everybody here is so far left, bro, and I don't have any Christian friends to hang out with. It's just me. That's why I hang out by myself all the time. People ask, why are you always by yourself? Because I'm trying to find some friends that are going to build me up, and not me having to worry about constantly, when I'm with all my the medic friends or whatever, I don't have to worry about constantly having my guard up, making sure that I don't get into things that I shouldn't be, because it's a whole lot harder than you would think, bro. You would think, you think, if you get in that situation where someone's trying to get you to drink, because I just don't want to drink, guys. There's different opinions out there as to if drinking is wrong, or if it's, guys, I'm not going to judge anybody for drinking. It's just that I don't want to do it, and I think that, for me, it's wrong. Because, anyway, it's a whole lot harder when someone's offering you. It's the peer pressure gets on when you go to a party. When you go to a party with your friends that you work with, and someone's offering you drinks, and they're saying, just do it, bro, just do it. Like, nothing's gonna happen. Bro, you don't know how hard it is to turn that down and to look like the weird guy. Like, it's low-key rough out here sometimes, just trying to hang out with yourself. Then my family probably wonders why I just always call them all the time, and I don't know if I'm being annoying, but, you know, I just need someone to talk to instead of, because I don't really have anyone to hang out with. Does that make any sense? I need someone to talk to that's actually, I don't have to keep my guard up every second, trying to be a good person out here. It's hard to explain, but wow, we really got into some deep things here. I'm just telling you guys how it is. That's how it is. So it's like, part of me says, I would love to stay in the army. And just do all of the schools I possibly can, do all of the cool things I can, just be the best version of myself, be the most fit person I can, try to get my ACT up to a 600, be a drill sergeant, be a recruiter, just be one of those people that when you get out of the army, you've done so many things. But then also, on the other side, it's like, here if I'm in the army, for the rest of my army career, for the next 20 years, I'm going to have to be the person that is the weird guy that doesn't want to go out and party because she's a Christian and she's going to church on Sunday instead. Like, it's not easy, guys. It's like going home, getting out of the army and going home and just being with my family all the time and church people all the time, just going over to the fire department and hanging out with them. It would be so easy, guys, to just, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now that y'all are lucky, actually. Y'all you don't understand what you have until you lose it. Not that I lost friends or family, but I don't get to see them anymore. Y'all don't understand how easy it is to have church friends to hang out with all the time, to have your family to hang out with all the time, because it's just so easy. You're always just having good, clean fun together, and you don't have to try to turn down, because it looks fun, guys, but I know that it's not. Like, you see, I walk into my barracks late at night, see parties everywhere. They look so fun. It looks like they're having a good time, guys, but it's not. In the end, it's not, bro. And, like, I do go to church that there's, like, a lot of people there, but there's not really anybody, there's nobody there my age. They have a lot of kids. They have, like, a lot of kids that are, like, still in school, but then there's a bunch of, I mean, there are probably people there that are slightly my age, but they're all married, and it's, like, I don't see a whole lot of singles there that I can just be like, hey, do you want to hang out on Friday, do some good, clean fun, where I don't have to worry about being the weird guy that doesn't want to do all the cool stuff, and I have to worry about peer pressure. Don't know if that made sense, guys, but just kind of had to rant a little bit, so that's my deepest apologies. But anyway, I'm going to end out the video. I think, okay, guys, still need to grab a shower yet, but also look how cute my kitchen looks, guys. I look like I'm just hanging out in the, like, isn't this so cute?